Marcelo Cavalcante has been on the run for 7 days since slipping out of Chester County Prison. Well, we are now getting a better idea of the timeline of his escape.
According to the acting warden, at 8:33 a.m., Cavalcante's cell block entered the exercise yard. Less than 20 minutes later, at 8:51, he escaped by climbing between two walls up to a roof, pushing through a razor wire, running across the roof, scaling another fence, and then pushing through more razor wire. The cell block went inside at 9:35.
They first realized that he was missing at 9:45. The prison was then locked down at 9:50, and a public escape siren was sounded. The 911 center was notified by 10:01 a.m.
We want to bring in J.J. Klaver now. He's a retired FBI special agent and supervisor. Thank you so much for joining us, J.J. Quick question, out of curiosity. We're dealing, of course, with some serious heat right now. Do you think that at all will affect the search both for the hunted and the hunters?
Well, it's certainly a factor. I mean, law enforcement, they'll probably be working, rotating shifts, making sure everybody stays hydrated. Obviously, the law enforcement officers are wearing ballistic gear. They're carrying a lot of gear with them. So the heat is a factor, but it's also a factor for him. He's on the run. He's going to need water, food, shelter. So I think it's definitely a factor, but it's not going to hinder law enforcement from doing what they need to do.
And along those same lines, we keep hearing from state police that Cavalcante is getting desperate. How do they know this? What exactly does that mean? And what is up against him, aside from the heat, while he's on the run?
Well, obviously, he's out in the open. He's got to find shelter. He needs food, water, shade. They think, from what I've read, that he's probably traveling mostly at night. So he's probably trying to bed down somewhere in the shade in a protected area. But he's going to need a lot of water, and he's going to need food. So he's going to be scavenging that. He's going to be stealing what he can, probably looking to steal some means of transportation, a car, a bicycle, a motorcycle, anything that he can get his hands on and get running. So, from also what I've read, that he apparently has some outdoor survival skills from some time that he spent in Brazil in the outdoors. So that's a factor as well. It's a little bit reminiscent of the Eric Frayne manhunt up in the Poconos back in 2014. That went on for, I believe, about 48 days total. But I don't think this one is going to last as long. He's in a lot more congested area, inhabited area. What's going to catch him is he's going to be seen either by a person or by their security cameras. And those tips are going to continue to come in, and that's really what's going to end up getting him caught.
Yeah, these days there are cameras everywhere. Speaking of stealing what he can, are there any concerns that the longer that he's on the run, the greater the chance he has found or will find or will steal a weapon? What do you think?
Well, I think that's definitely a concern. I mean, a lot of people obviously in Pennsylvania and Delaware have weapons in their houses. People keep them, not properly secured. If you can break into a house and get his hands on something, I'm sure that's one of his goals, is to find a weapon to defend himself with, in addition to food. I mean, obviously we know he's stolen clothes and a backpack. He's in scavenger and survival mode, so he's going to try and get his hands on anything he can that's going to, what he thinks is going to help him survive and get to where his final destination is.
And JJ, before we go, we know a lot of people in the area, a lot of schools shut down. People are scared to go outside of their homes. What would you tell them about this fear? And, what do they need to know to keep themselves and their children safe?
Well, I think people need to practice good security. Make sure their doors are locked. Make sure their garages or doors are closed. Vehicles are locked. If they do go out in groups. Don't go out alone. If they encounter him, obviously don't approach him. Get away from him and call 911. People, if they're out walking their dogs or out running errands, make sure their cell phones are handy with them. Just be alert to their surroundings. We're not always used to that. We feel safe in our neighborhoods walking around. But I think until he's captured, particularly in these areas, we need to have a little higher level of be more alert and have a little more concern about what's going on around us.
Great advice, indeed.
He's got nothing to lose at
this
point. So Thank you so much for
JJ, thank you.
Yeah, very interesting,
Yes,
important
indeed.
perspective. We want to show you that tip line number again, 717-562-2987. You can also call 911 if you do see him or you have any information that could lead to his capture.